Hey guys, welcome to our Beachbody Fit family. My name is Becky Schrader and I am your Beachbody coach. If you are watching this video, it's because you received the email that you are looking at right now. And because we have discussed that you may be struggling a little bit with mastering the 21-day fix meal plan. I know myself and many of my clients and peer coaches where meal planning and meal prepping is just not something that comes natural. It's something that has to be learned, right? So it is to be expected that in the first, few weeks of using the 21-day fix, it can be a little frustrating and challenging to figure out how this is going to work. So you're not constantly thinking about what your next meal is and how to measure it and on and on and on. So just keep in mind that it's normal. You're not failing. A lot of people have some struggles when they first begin using the 21-day fix. But the light at the end of the tunnel is that once you get the hang of it, it's so simple and it's so usable for the long term. So after a period of time, it will come naturally, I promise. So just stick with it and use this video and the tools we're about to walk through to help you get through that initial learning period so that we can continue on forward and reach your goals. Okay, so like I said, if you're listening to this video, you've gotten this email in your inbox and you've clicked on this link right here. So anyway, we'll go through this really quick. First off, if you did not watch this first video here, please go back and watch it. It's by a friend of mine, Ruth Schroner, who's amazing. She got incredible results with the 21-day fix, and she hates to meal plan. It overwhelms her, so she, at a minimum, or at a maximum, I guess, does 1 day at a time meal planning, okay? So if the idea of putting together a whole week of meal plans freaks you out, just focus on 1 day. And if doing 1 day, a whole day at a time, freaks you out, then just focus on the next meal. Okay, so watch her video because it's going to give you a baseline for the tools that I'm about to walk you through. Okay, next up, obviously, you are watching this video. Okay, and you should have downloaded these 4 attachments, which is what we are going to go through in this segment. Okay, so let's hop over here. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to show you all of this online rather than doing a video where I am on the camera because I think you'll be able to see it better. Okay, so if you watched Ruth's video, you saw that she goes through, I'll just pull this up, she goes through how she typically will eat the same type of container at the same meal time each day. Okay, so in her example, she was saying, that for breakfast, she always has a purple and a red. So that's kind of the basis of what this meal plan is all about. But first, let me just say, right, this little template is something that I will provide to you. This one just happens to be for my friend Mary. So that's why it says Mary's 21-day fix meal planner. What you would do, or what we would do, is we would put in your 21-day fix calorie bracket here. It's based off the calculation that you did in the eating plan, and fill in the number of containers that you're going to get to eat every single day. So all this stuff will not change until the end of your program, and we reassess if you need to change calorie brackets if you're going to do another round of the 21-day fix. So all this stuff will stay the same. Then, according to Ruth's strategy on this, once we find a mix of when you're going to use each type of container at which meal per day, then these actually won't change either. The only thing that's going to change is the stuff that you would write in here and say, okay, if for breakfast today I have to use a red and a purple, what's that going to be? Okay. So I just went ahead and filled in some examples to give you an idea of where to start. You by no means have to eat this exact meal plan every day of your 21 days. I think that would be pretty boring. But just as an example, let's walk through it, okay? So what I did is I took all these numbers of containers that you have up here, I distributed them out amongst your 5 meals, 3 meals, 2 snacks that you have throughout the day. And this very much lines up with what Ruth described in her video. So again, if you didn't watch it, I'd go back and watch it. You can get an idea and a visual of what she's talking about. So in this example, right, your breakfast would be 1 purple and 1 red. and that would take care of your Shakeology drink. And you could either eat a side of fruit with it, or you could blend some fruit into your shake. Okay, breakfast is done. A couple hours later, 2 to 3 hours later, when you get hungry again, but before lunch, you want to have some sort of a snack. I won't go into this here, but snacking helps keep your metabolism high, um, and your blood sugar stable. So you don't want to go a long period of time between meals, which is where these snacks come in handy. Okay. So as your snack, your mid-morning snack, you would always have a purple and some sort of a teaspoon. Okay. We'll get into in a minute here on what might be optional to move around. But in this case, right, you would have another serving of fruit and some peanut butter as an example. So in this case, I probably would have like a serving of apple and some peanut butter with it. Okay, that would be snack. Snack is done. Lunchtime rolls around. You're going to have one green, one red, one orange, and one yellow. So in this example, right, you might have a small salad with some sort of, oil and vinegar based dressing on it, topped with some kind of a protein, and then some sort of a carb item on the side. That could be a piece of bread, it could be some crackers or whatever. Okay, so that's your lunch. Done. Afternoon snack rolls around, you get a veggie and a healthy fat. So in this example, you might have some baby carrots, or you might have some bell peppers or whatever, and you would be able to dip those in the hummus that you portion out with your blue container. Okay, dinner, pretty simple. We're getting the hang of this, right? Dinner time, you still got 2 proteins left, and that's actually good, right? If the meals where you eat more protein, thereafter you're typically less hungry. So if you have any tendency to snack at night, having a little bit more protein in the evening is a good thing. But anyway, so you'd have 2 protein servings, whatever that might be, grilled chicken, fish, beef, pork, whatever. You'd have one vegetable side, and you'd have one carb side. So for those of you who are my wine drinkers, this is a great example where you could, instead of eating this carb, like in the form of potatoes or rice or whatever, you could actually use it for a glass of wine with dinner. Okay, so if you think about this, and then I put a teaspoon in here because you would more than likely saute your vegetables in some sort of oil, or maybe pan cook your protein in some sort of oil. So that uses up all your containers for the day. You're done. And you didn't even really have to think about it, right? That is just a simple example of how you can map out your day. So let's say tomorrow you wake up and you're like, all right, well, what am I going to do tomorrow? Now I don't want to eat the exact same thing that I had yesterday. But what you're going to do is you're going to follow the same container allotment at each meal. And you're just going to write in whatever different foods you actually want for the meal. Okay, so let's say you went ahead and you wanted to have your Shakeology with a fruit for breakfast, right? Snack time, you had your apple and peanut butter. But at lunchtime, you're like, you know what? I really don't want a salad. I'm gonna have a sandwich of some kind. So you could use your yellow container for a sandwich thin, or have just half a sandwich. Maybe put your deli turkey on there, maybe load it up with some lettuce or spinach and tomatoes, and you could put some sort of like a nice like honey mustard dressing or something on it, and have a really nice sandwich for lunch. Okay, same thing in the afternoon. One of my favorite afternoon snacks is to cut up a tomato. You fill up a green container with tomatoes, or those baby tomatoes, and then to have a portion of avocado. That counts as a healthy fat. Mix those two together. You have lots of free options in your meal plan, like vinegars and mustards and stuff. So again, one of my favorite things is just to cut up a tomato, cut up my portion of avocado, and toss it in some balsamic vinegar. It's a great snack and leaves me very satisfied. Same thing with dinner, right? You come back down here and you write in, okay, let's say your spouse is grilling something. You go, okay, well then I get 2 portions of whatever he's grilling. I got to find some sort of a vegetable in the fridge, and I got to either decide if I'm going to use this for wine again, or if I'm going to find some sort of a carb serving in the fridge. Okay, so that's just loosely how you think through that day. knowing that at your next meal, these are the containers that you need to use. What I would do is I would print out this handy dandy food list. It's literally one piece of paper when you print it out. Let me just scoot all this over so we can see it all on one page. Right? But it's a really quick reference on what all is allowed in each colored container. So if you're looking at your day ahead and you're looking at your fridge and going, all right, well, what sort of veggies do I have in there? Okay, well, all I have in the fridge is bell peppers, and I'm really stinking sick of bell peppers. Then you want to go over to this list and say, okay, well, what do I want to put on my shopping list from the green column? Like, what sort of veggies do I actually want to eat? And put those on your grocery list so that come the next day or the next week, you can fill up these green containers with something different. Okay, same thing with any of these containers. You can use your containers to drive what you purchase on your shopping list from the lists of approved foods. Okay, that is pretty simple there. I'm going to close out of it. The last thing you got here was this little 21-day fix cheat sheet. I like to give you guys this just because it's a quick reference, print it out or save it on your phone or whatever. But if you're away from your house and you don't have your containers with you, there's no need to like freak out because these are standard size boxes. They do equate to actual measuring cups. It's only thing is that if you're brand new to the program, sometimes it's hard to remember which one is which size. So if you have this on your phone or you printed it out and tucked it away somewhere, you can quickly reference that. An example of where I would use this concept, right, of going, okay, I know a serving of veggies is about a cup, as an example, is like at dinner, my husband and I eat out a lot. So like we went to a restaurant, I'm not going to you can, but I personally probably would not remember to bring my containers with me to a restaurant so that I could measure my food there. So what I would do is I would pull this up on my phone and go, okay, a serving of veggies is a cup. Let's say I ordered, a side of steamed spinach with my pork chop and my jasmine rice, then I would know that, I really needed to eat about a cup of that steamed spinach and, either not too much or too little. But you'll learn over time to eyeball those portion sizes. And if you cook anything at home already, you may already have a good grasp of what that portion size looks like from, baking or cooking. I didn't personally, I had to learn it. Okay, so those are your tools. And what I would recommend, again, is check out the example meal plan, right, that we went through here. Use this for a day and see if you want to switch around any of these places where you use your containers. Maybe you want to have more containers earlier in the day or more containers later at night, and so you'd move them around. We can totally do that. We just want to find something that works for you so that then you can use that container meal plan as your starting place each day to say, all right, how am I going to fill up this purple thing? Go to your fridge and see what kind of purples you have in there, right? What from this list do you have in your fridge? If you don't have anything, then pick out something you want from this list and put it on your grocery list so that the next time you go to the store, you can buy it. Okay? Hopefully this is helpful, guys. If you have questions, please ask them. Mastering this meal plan is one of the most important things that you can do for your success in using the 21-day fix and for getting your best results. So much of your change is going to happen because of the way that you change what you're eating. I know that coming into this, you may have been eating okay. I know I was eating okay, but I wasn't eating great. And when I made the tweaks to follow eating the right number of containers every day, I saw results. And that's really what I want for you is results. That's what we promised you when you bought your package, so that's what we want you to get. All right, so I will talk to you soon. If you have any questions, email me at fitnesswithbecky@gmail.com.